Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh here. We just woke up from a day, and this is episode 3 of my Let's Play uh, for Minecraft Ultimate Pack Feed the Beast. We did some things while you were away. We got some sheep and some cows and a few chickens, so we just herded them over. Wasn't too bad. We built another portal. We visited the Nether. I'll show you that real quick. And we did some mining. We macerated all most of our ores that we'll be using. We got some diamonds, as you can see, and some food. Our little guy's been hard at work, and we got pretty much everything all done. I put some things together in here that I'll probably be using to build today. And yeah, so late last night I was laying in bed watching some TV, and my wife had fallen asleep, and I was like, you know what? I want to go branch mining. I want to find me some diamonds. So I did. I did a few paths back and forth, about 100 blocks, and I found 16, 17 diamonds, I want to say. So I got a pick so I could get some obsidian. I created a soul forge, which you can see here. I'll show you the recipe for it real quick. It's fairly simple to create. And this is a pretty neat thing. So it's just 3 stone, 5 pieces of obsidian, and this corrupted essence. Now all the corrupted essence is it's a piece of glowstone dust and a piece of vile dust. Vile dust is actually soul sand after it has been smelted, as you can see here. So did some of that, and then I threw a diamond in here, or I took out a diamond, and I took 8 of those corrupted essences that I show you the recipe, and corrupted essence in a soul forge acts as a fuel the same way it would, you know, like wood or coal would in a smelter. So you put the diamond up top and you put the corrupted essence in the bottom, and you get soul shards, which are pretty neat. Now what these do is they collect souls from mobs and allow you to build spawners after you get enough kills. I think level 1 starts at 64 kills, and the highest you can get is level 5, tier 5, which is 1024 kills. So we got this soul forge going, and I'll show you that for a reason. As you can see, we got a lot of glowstone dust, you know, quite a bit of soul sand to back it up. We got all our things smelted as we've just been through. We got some stuff ready to build. I showed you our animals, and I don't think I need to show you the nether portal. I just went in real quick. There was a big bunch of obsidian right above us, right where my portal is, and or I'm sorry, not obsidian, glowstone. And so I grabbed that and grabbed some soul sand that was right there and just came right out. I didn't see a fortress or anything too special, and it was pretty uneventful. Oh, one second. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, we are going to try and tackle these cave spider trees. Now, what we're going to try to do is, yeah, I guess that's got enough juice to it. We're going to want to kill one of the cave spiders, which will assign this soul shard here to a cave spider soul shard. In order for a soul shard to be assigned when you kill a mob, it needs to be in your hotbar. Now, this is going to work for pretty much any mob. So if I just was walking through here and I hit a cow, that soul shard is now going to be a cow soul shard. So you want to be careful and not just have them on your hotbar when you don't really need them. So first of all, this is the plan of action. We're going to run in here and we're going to try to kill a cave spider. As you can see, I did build some armor. Once we kill one, then we're going to use this soul shard and we're going to right click on the spawner with it, and that's going to sort of eat the spawner and put it into our soul shard, and it's going to give us 200 kills towards our levels. So that's going to be awesome. Yeah, let's give this a shot. Obviously it's going to be on the other side. Now we need a spider before we break that thing. Hopefully one will spawn. It might be too bright. I'm assuming they use the same basic spawning rules. As you can see, there is a treasure chest underneath them. I don't really want to be waiting for it to be dark, so let's do this. I'm going to try to give it a spawning area here. we do need to kill one before we break it, and I'm out of dirt. This is not working how I was expecting it to. We're not on peaceful, right? We shouldn't be. No, we're on normal. Should be good. Like I said, I do not want to be out here in the dark. Spawn, you cave spider. Spawn. I have never had one of these not spawn all over me. Are you in there? Okay, so we got one now. Okay, so as you can see, we got our cave spider, tier 0, killed one. So now all we gotta do is take our soul shard, right click on it, and now we're a tier 2 with 201 cave spider killed. So we are on our way. Now let's hope we found something cool in this chest. I'm hoping for a portal gun. And we have no such luck. So we got some crap here. But I do want to bring up a point. This tin and this copper are actually one of two types. There's the copper and tin that you'll find in the ground, and then there are these copper and tin that you will find in treasure chests. Now, the reason this happens is because I didn't even know there was a raven here. The reason this happens is because different mods use different, some different ores. So there is some conflicting ores here. Now, I would suggest keeping these when you do come across them, because there are a couple of recipes that for whatever reason will only use like this type of copper or this type of tin. So make sure you're not using it for your general needs, and you're saving a little bit of it. You don't need to have a lot of it. So we're gonna go right here and click on it, and that was very easy. And not so much luck here as well. We got some steel boots, more gunpowder, and as you can see, we are now at 401 kills and tier 3. So that was pretty simple. We actually haven't been over this way, so let's check our mini map here. Come on, let's zoom. We want our 0.5. Okay, and we got a giant chunk here, so that's interesting. Let me log out real quick and let's get rid of that. So yeah, see, I got the animals where we went through and we took care of showed you guys the soul shards. And we got a jungle over here, which is going to be neat for our bees. It looks like we got something green up in that corner there, so it looks like the biome's going to change a bit. Anyways, let's run back to our base, because we have a lot to do today. I guess running back, we can talk a little more about these soul shards. So the different tiers. Now, when you get to 64 kills, there's going to be, you can still create a spawner out of the soul shards, and you put them in a soul cage, which is a very simple recipe. We have it already pulled up here, and all it is these iron bars, 8 of them, which are fairly easy to make. It's just six iron ingots. It gives you 16 iron bars, and you just put 8 of them in a circle. So that will give you your soul cage, and then all you do is you insert your I'm just going to throw this stuff in here. You insert your soul shard into the soul cage, and you can then start spawning mobs. Like a tier 1 will spawn 2 mobs every 20 seconds, and it works by your normal spawning rules. So, if it's bright out, they won't spawn. And then each tier gets progressively sort of better. Your tier 2 is going to spawn a little faster. Same with tier 3, tier 4. And those are all pretty much the same. It's just the timing difference changed. Now, tier 5, there's a big difference. So tier 5, you can turn the spawner on and off, which is a really nice benefit. It doesn't, light levels and stuff like that, they don't matter. So, you can throw it up in the sky in the middle of the day and they're going to spawn. And it spawns, I believe, 6 mobs every 2 seconds. So, you guys might not know really, but that is, that's a lot of stuff. So there's the soul shards mob is really neat. It's probably quite a bit imbalanced, especially right now, because there is, I don't know if I want to call it a bug. It seems to be working as intended, but you can, I thought it was going to be night here. I'm sorry about this. You can actually combine soul shards together in an anvil. So I can go around, get about 12 soul shards of cows, get a soul shard of a ghast, for example, and then start combining the cow soul shard with the ghast soul shard in an anvil. And after like 11, 12, 13 of these combinations, you'll end up with a tier 5 ghast spawner. Now, you are going to need some sort of experience farm operational before you do that, because you do need levels to work, to work the anvil, but it's still pretty broken, I feel anyway. So we will probably take advantage of that, just because getting some of the soul shards is going to be a pain in the butt. I do want to. You can actually break the soul shards once they're in the sky, or not in the sky, once they're in the cage, and retrieve your soul shard back. Now, I believe this works with every single soul shard except for wither skeleton. So if you put a wither skeleton soul shard into a cage and then you break the spawner, you're actually going to get a skeleton soul shard back. So be very careful about that if you do decide to do that. So we're going to right now create a coke oven, and this is a multi-block structure. As you can see, it's 5 pieces of sand and 4 pieces of brick. Now we need to create, I want to say, a 3 by 3 by 3 square of these. And so we are going to need how many? 20 some bricks. I should have all the materials right here. I tried to lay the things out so we could do our best. So I think if we just empty all this stuff, we should be pretty good. Yeah, but it looks like, okay, so we're gonna do this and that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so yep, 26 blocks. Now we don't have much of a base going on here, do we? And I don't think it matters too much. So let's put this. We'll put it over here. So what we want to do is we're going to put the first level on the ground. I don't know why I'm digging with that. And so it's a 3 by 3 by 3 structure, and it's where you want to leave the middle block hollow. So we're going to go like this. And it must be a... No, that's right, okay. And you can see, now we got our coke oven. So what this is really cool. And because we're sort of planning on using bees as a main fuel source, but we're not quite ready for that, so we do need a fuel source right away. And so I would like to use coal, but coal, it burns out fairly quickly, and it's actually kind of valuable. So what this coke oven does is we can actually burn the coal, and we'll get coal coke, which will burn like double the length of the coal. So, and we can use it as fuel source in all of our engines and stuff like that. So it basically doubles the amount of energy you're going to get out of your coal. So if you're using coal, or even if you're not, I would really suggest doing this. Now, you don't want to cook up all of your coal, because you can take a stack of coal and I believe create some diamonds once you have a compressor, and you sort of go through all the little steps of doing that. So don't cook, more than you need. I will say it takes a long time. Like, I think a stack of coal might take a couple of hours to actually go through. So we wanted to get this going and get it up right away. So this burns into coal, turns into coal coke, and it gives the output of some liquid here. Now I'm drawing a blank of what it's called. Creo something oil, I believe. It's this stuff here. Creosite. And this is used in the Railcraft mod, I believe, to create some rails. Let's see what else. What do we got going in here? Squeezers. Let's see, we got the bottle. Yeah, so to be honest, I am not sure exactly what goes on here, but right now we're going to leave this as it is. But if this fills up of this Creo oil, I guess we'll call it, the oven will stop running. So eventually we are going to want to run an output of maybe a wooden liquid pipe, a redstone engine, and then maybe just like a little tank here just to store that liquid. Now, I'm not sure if we have plans to use it or not, but I tend to hoard things, so even if I don't need them, I tend to keep them in a tank anyways. But, you know, we could always just break the tank and just fill it up, and then we have empty tanks again. Where were we going? Oh, so that's one thing I have been thinking about, and we haven't found a desert anywhere, which means we're really short on cactus. Which makes my preferred method of getting waterproof pipe a little bit more difficult. But since we are doing bees, we can create waterproof pipes out of bees as well. So maybe that's not going to be so bad. So I was thinking today, after all that we can maybe start setting up some of our thermal expansion things. So we're not just, you know, relying on this guy. So first things first is we need some sort of engine, and we want to create, if I can spell. Now we need to be creating Minecraft Joule power to start with, because we're going to be using the thermal expansion mod, and we're going to be using the forestry mod, and all of those engines, or all of those machines, are going to run off MJs. So there's different engines here. You know, you got your redstone engines, which normally you only use those for your pumps or to pump things out of chests. Like, you don't really use them to run machines. You have Stirling engine, which produces MJs, and I believe it's 1 MJ per tick, and it runs off of like coal, blaze rods, stuff like that. Then you have a combustion engine, which is, I believe, the most powerful engine that outputs MJ. And sorry, I'm getting Skyped. It always throws me off. I should probably turn it off. So a combustion engine, it actually outputs varying degrees of power. So if you just run it off lava, it's going to put out like 1 MJ per tick. And if you run it off oil, it's going to output, I believe, 2 MJ per tick or 3 MJ per tick. And if you run it off fuel, then it's going to produce 5 MJ per tick. Now, one of the things to note about the combustion engine is it needs to be cooled down. So you're going to have to run water into it using... Most of the time you use an aqueous accumulator, but you can just pump it out of an ocean or whatever. But to start off here, we're actually going to run off a steam engine. It's going to give us about 2 MJs per tick, and it's going to run off our coal coke, or just normal coal, and it also needs water, you know, because it is a steam engine. So this is what we are going to start off with today, and it's how we're going to operate our system. So let's put this together real quick. I believe I have everything. So we got a silver ingot there for the transmission coil. And then we have some gears we need. Some copper gears, which that's not the recipe we're going to use. But okay, so let's do this. Where do we start off? Okay, so we need a piston. So a piston is some cobblestone, some wood, an iron ingot, and a redstone. So that gives us our piston, and then what else do we need? We need the cables, so that's the silver and the 2 redstone. Then we need the 2 gears. See, we don't want to... Sometimes you can see these are going to rotate and show you different options you have. Now we want to create the gear like this, because this is a little bit cheaper for us. But this is... So first of all, we need a copper gear. In order to create a copper gear, we need a stone gear. In order to create a stone gear, we actually need a wood gear, which is just 4 sticks. So we can do this, create our wood gear, create our stone gear, which I guess I could have just stolen one of those, and create our copper gear. And we actually need 2 of those, so that was kind of a goofy waste of time, wasn't it? Right? We do need 2? Yes, we do. Okay, and... Okay, let's just take one of these for now. I think I had them set apart for another purpose, but maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Okay, so we got our 2 copper gears. So this was this, and 3 copper along the top. Okay, so we got our steam engine. Now, in order to power the steam engine, we talked about water. Now, a really cool machine that you can make with this thermal expansion mod is called an aqueous accumulator. So, it's a bucket, a machine frame, which you'll create a lot in this mod, and a pneumatic servo. So let's start off with our machine frame here, which is a couple of these. I'm actually going to make 2 of these. Not for this recipe, but I know what I have next. Or one of the machines I have next, like our polarizer or whatever, we're going to need one of these. So let's just create 2 of them, because that's one less thing we had to do. We saw there was a bucket there, so we're going to want to create that. And I don't know the recipe for this servo, so we'll throw this in there. Excuse me. And we got a glass, and we got the pneumatic servo. So let's put together our aqueous accumulator. And there was one thing I didn't think about, that we are going to need some water to start this machine. So we need to create 2 buckets. So I think I have some iron. Let's sleep real quick so all of our villagers don't die, and I can stay away from some creeper explosions, which actually happened to me today. I was standing in my chest and a creeper blew me up. But I was playing on my other computers, so because I was hanging out with my kids. And I wasn't paying much attention. I heard this and I knew it was too late, and I just sort of closed my eyes and took it like a man, and all my stuff blew up, and that was not fun. So we need 2 buckets. I don't think I lost anything though. Maybe a chest or something of the sort, but it was just, you know, more hassle having to sort all the chests again. So we are going to run over here. We're going to get some water. We need 2, and then we have to decide where we're going to put this. We're going to put the aqueous accumulator in the ground, and then we're going to put the combustion engine right on top of it. Now I say let's just put our machines over this way. I think this is a good enough place. And we need the water and our aqueous accumulator. So let's throw this. I guess we'll grab this stuff real quick. Water. Water, aqueous accumulator. Now this is a really neat machine, and you can see it filling up with water. There's some little information tabs and stuff like this, but I find that they're really not useful. You're going to want to, you know, find a wiki you like, and, you know, really look this stuff up, because, you know, in game it's just, you know, unless we cover it in a video, you're sort of on your own. So this is a redstone control system, and you can see right now the control status is enabled, and it's requiring a low signal. So right now it's going to run. Now we can make it a signal a high required, which makes it going to need like a torch or something else to run. And then you can just disable this and it's not going to run at all. But we want it to run, and then here's our configuration. So this shows the aqueous accumulator in the model in the middle, and then in the top, left, right, bottom, and back, you can see they're all set to orange, and orange actually means your output. So we're just going to leave that alone, and we are going to throw our steam engine right on top of this. Now this is not the direction we're going to want our steam engine to face. We're going to want it to face this way, and I don't have a wrench to turn it, so we're actually going to break that. But before we start that, we're actually going to need to create some piping. So we got some wood. Oh, I had some piping down here already. Okay, I'm glad I noticed that. So let's start off. We need 1 wooden conductive pipe, and all the pipe is this wood, and then a glass in the middle. And then for cobblestone, stone, gold pipe, it's all the same, just the gold or whatever in the middle, and then the glass on the outside. So we need 1 of these, and we need, let's just, how many of these do we need? Let's go with 4 for now. I guess that's a good amount. I don't think we need that many, but it's something to start. And we're also going to need a lever, which is, you should probably know this recipe already, which is just a cobblestone and a stick. You can notice my inventory is sort of dark right now, and that's just this mod NEI. So if I'm searching for something and it doesn't pop up, you can see it's all grayed out. But say I want to search for gold, you can see that the gold is highlighted in my inventory. So that's all it is. So if you don't like it when it gets dark, you just want to close those out a little bit. So we're going to send our engines this way. So let's break this again. And now when we place this, I'm going to shift click it. There we go. It'll place, and you can see it faces the pipe. Now, right now, this is not a great setup, is it? Okay, so now we need to pipe something. Now we need to connect the engine to something, and I think probably what we should start off with is just a pulverizer. So let's go through and we're going to make that. And what this is it's just like our grinding thing we got over there, but it's more automated. So we got a redstone reception coil, which is going to be redstone, gold, redstone. We have our piston and a machine frame. So we got the machine frame. The redstone conductive cable was this. We know our piston recipe, which we need some more cobble. Cobble, 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 cobble. I sound like a turkey. And we need a redstone and an iron. So we got our piston, which was there, right? We got our machine block. This, right? Am I doing this right? Oh, I was so close. So close. I just couldn't remember the last piece. Okay, so now we have a pulverizer. So we need to decide where we're putting this. We want to be able to have a row. Ow! Donatello, that was not cool, dude. I'm sort of regretting how I set this up. I should have made it maybe facing this way. Yeah, let's do that. So we're just going to turn this real quick. That'll give us a little more space. So we need, put that here. And then we're going to have to break it again, but whatever. Okay, so break this, put it back. Shift click it so it runs. Okay, so now we can run our golden conductive pipe. And then we can just run our machines down this way. So first we're going to have it. We're going to place the pulverizer here. And like I said, this is just like our grinder, except it's automated. And we have a chance at getting some extra ores out of it. So it's going to take power, which it will get from the engine. You put whatever you want to pulverize in here, and the outputs in the red, and the extra outputs in the yellow. So right now you can see that yellow is set to output through the top and the bottom. The left side is set to input, which is a blue, and the right is set to output the regular, not the secondary ores. And then the back is also set to input. So we can set the back as off because we know that we're going to be running power in the back. And we're we're going to either input from the top or the left. If we input from the top, we can use a hopper, and that's kind of nice. And if we input from the left, maybe we can use a chest. Maybe we can do both. So let's just turn those both to blue for now. And we want, trying to think, maybe we want to, yeah, let's actually put our secondary ores out the left into a chest. We'll input from the top, and then it's going to output to the right, which we are going to make a powered furnace. So let's go over and do that. And this is just the beginning of the automation we can do, and it's going to be kind of nice. So we need another machine block, which of course I do not remember the recipe. I think machine frame, iron, some glass, right? And then what's in the middle? A gold. Okay, so we need more glass. Hopefully we have some of that. We do. Alrighty, so glass, and some iron, and some gold. So we got that. We need another cable here, or a coil. Sorry. We got, and I I'm terrible at remembering the recipes. I depend on the NEI so much. So we got these bricks, and all bricks are is they're clay, which you get out from the water. They come in these clay balls that looks like this. You smelt them, and then you turn 4 of these bricks in your crafting inventory like this. And it appears just like that. You should know that from vanilla though, so I'm probably just being a little redundant. And I do not think I remember this recipe again. What goes at the top? A redstone. Alright, cool. So we got our powered furnace. So we're going to lay this right next to our pulverizer, and so anything that we pulverize is going to go directly into the powered furnace, as long as it's a main output and not the not the secondary, which we set to output to the left. This is our conductive cable, and all we need to do is just keep going down the line as we want to add more machines. But right now we're going to output to the right because we're just going to put a chest there. We're going to turn the back off because that doesn't matter. We're not going to input from the bottom right now, and we'll just turn the top off. So we have our left side set to input and our right side set to output. So let's we should have some coke. Let's get some wood. So that's going to be 1 double chest. And we could do a regular chest. It's getting dark again. Didn't we just sleep? What kind of world am I living in? How are we doing on our coal? We do have 7 pieces of coal coke, so that's going to be cool. It's going to give us a lot of fuel. And I'm going to go in here. We have a crafting table, so we can just wait till it gets dark. Now we need to create some chests. That's what we're doing. So I think we wanted 3 chests. Do that, sleep, and we're going to put 1 chest on the left as an input, or an output as secondary ores. That's what we decided, right? I should have probably made a second one, but whatever. So we're going to do this, this, and this for now. We're going to throw our coal coke in there. As you can see, it starts burning, and this is working. Now if I click this, it turns off. But this is still burning, so we don't want that. And you should see a little tiny blue bar going in here, and it's going into our machines. Now there's an important thing to know about this engine in particular, these machines, and this piping. This engine is going to run whether these machines need power or not, as long as this switch is toggled. These pipes, if it can't go in the machines, these pipes just store the energy, and they will explode. Now, I've only ever had my pipes explode when it comes to, the pipes. I've never had them explode the machines, on the side. So when you're running this, you can have a couple options. You can just say, screw it, I'll put in new pipes. I just want to go mining. And you can do that. Or you can go through and turn off your oven or your engine whenever you're not using it. And we are going to have different engines at some point that aren't just burning fuel like this. So let's check this out. And you can see we're starting to fill up on our MJs. And we have, right now it's power usage, nothing MJ per tick because we don't have anything in there. Maximum power is 2 MJ per tick, and we can see we're storing almost 1,000. And that will get up to about 4,000, and then it'll stop accepting energy. You can see this is pretty much the same, except it's running a little faster, probably because it's first in the line. And you can probably change that by using more conductive coil and branching it out. So these all sort of have the same priority. Let's throw something into our pulverizer. What do we got? I have no need for these things right now, so I'm leaving them in their ore form, because if we pulverize them, they take up double the space. So let's do a little bit of iron dust, and we'll just take some, oops, we didn't want to do that. We'll just take some cobblestone. So first let's put some iron dust directly into our powered furnace. So that's going to start smelting some things. And now let's throw some cobblestone in the chest. Now we should see, oh, sorry, our input's at the top, my bad. Alright, so we're going to put the cobblestone on the top, and it should go into this if I remember correctly, but it's not. I don't think it'll take directly from a chest now that I'm thinking about it, so we're going to need to pipe from the top. I wonder if we can, do we have the stuff for a hopper? A hopper's kind of a neat thing. Yeah, let's create that. So it's 5 iron, a stone gear, and a chest. So we need, see that's 4, that's 8. We need 5 iron. We need some sticks. We need 2 of these. Why do I have all these buckets in my inventory? I don't know. Oh, we had one for the water, didn't we? Okay, so we got this. I already have a stone gear, you dummy. Okay, so we got our chest, gear, and 5 pieces of iron. And we got a hopper. Now this is pretty cool because you can take some cobblestone. What else can we macerate here real quick? Whatever. So yeah, all we do is we throw our hopper up here. And we throw our stuff in it. And you can see it starts to just drop down into here. Now it's going to complete, and then it's going to directly move over because this should be out of iron. Now, and then this is outputting directly into here. So it's running cobblestone. It's creating cobblestone into sand, and then it's running sand into the furnace, which is then creating glass. So that is pretty cool. Now I want to show you something else. So say we put some iron directly into the furnace. What do you think is going to happen to that cobblestone? So the sand's going to cook, and now it's cooking the iron dust, and it just stores the sand here. And if these 2 slots fill up, this will actually stop running. And then it's just going to output here. So this is pretty neat. And we have the beginnings of our system. Now, and this is running off coal coke, which we're making over in our coke oven. So it's working a little more effectively than coal is. And like I said, you really want to make sure you're watching this system here and turning it off when you're not using it. What next? Okay, so we have that. I think we have some more things planned. We can create a sawmill, which I don't really use a lot because eventually you get a lot of wood. But we'll create it for this example. And what this does, you put in logs and you get extra planks out. So let's go through and create that real quick. Do we have glass? We do. Okay, so we need our machine frame. Let's see if I can remember that. This, a gold, and 4 iron. We should know this by now, right? I've only built it how many times? Okay, so then there was, I want to say, the redstone reception coil. And, okay, so we can just do this. Alright, so redstone reception coil, our machine block, planks, which we do not have. Throw it on the ground. I'm not part of your system. Alright, so redstone reception coil there. We already made an axe. We got the wood, got the copper, we got our sawmill, and we got some more cable. Now, we don't want to put, let's put our sawmill right here for now. This will all change. We don't want to input from here, so we want to make sure we turn that off real quickly. Not that it's going to input from the chest anyways. And we'll output over to this chest. And sawmill actually has a secondary output as well, and it can output, I believe, like wood dust or something of the sort. So let's go through, and we're just going to fill this one automatically right now if we need it. So let's put in a little bit of our logs, and we'll see how this works. And you can see it's already drawing power just by being connected. So we put in our wood, and it'll take a second here. Take a drink. And you can see it outputs sawdust. So not planks. As I said, I haven't used this in a while, so Sawdust, I'm assuming we can use to create planks, I hope. Otherwise, I do not look like a very bright man. Compressor, sawdust, wood plate. What are we doing with this? Compressed sawdust is what? Compressed sawdust can create charcoal. What am I doing wrong here? Do you not put in wood? Maybe you put in logs. Let's see what happens if we put in 4 logs. We get more sawdust. And I think we had... Oh, I'm retarded. It's just outputting here. Okay, so the planks... Wow. The planks are creating sawdust, and they're getting output here. The logs are creating planks, and as we can see, it's outputting them here. So if we take these away, you can see we have 8, 9 cooking. So 9 wood would normally give us, what, 36 planks? But instead of 4 for that plank, we got 6. So as you can see, we're getting some additional planks out of that. And I feel goofy. Alright, so we don't need these running anymore. So let's actually just turn this off. That's good for an example. Now, part of the reason I really wanted to get this little setup going is we got these diamonds. And, I'm sorry, 1 second. So, next time we're actually going to... I was saying we got these diamonds, we got our setup going. We're going to start doing some automated mining with our turtle. Now, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel and write my own mining program because there's already some great mining programs out there. But I will show you guys exactly how to do the same thing. And that way we can get some automated mining going along and digging forests, and we can focus on our bees. And eventually, once we get some endermen, we will automate all of our processing from our mining operations. Hi guys, well, this is a little Mexican phone booth or something. So yeah, next time we're going to automate some mining, and I'm not sure if that will take up the whole episode. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But we could probably run a couple of turtles and we'll get some mining going on. And I'm starting to lay out the plans for what exactly I want this all to be. I want to do a lot of forestry stuff to start with, mainly bees. And I'm going to attempt to power pretty much everything I can off of bees. So I think that will be kind of cool. Alright guys, see you next time.